we've already paid for it, it's already there. What's the reasoning for not wanting it there? I don't understand. If it can help save people from getting hurt, why would anybody not want it? Maybe if they don't live there, they're not that concerned because it doesn't affect them, I don't know.
No, there are regulations though, as far as the placement of stop signs. The manual on uniform traffic control devices is very specific where and what they should be used for.
Well, what is,
They specifically say that they should not be used for speed.
okay, so
Okay.
what can be used for speed on that road?
What can be, in my opinion, what can be used for speed, when you drive from here to Chester, you ever drive to Chester, out 94 to Chester?
Yes,
When you get to Chester, how fast do you go?
30 miles an hour.
30 miles an hour. Why do you go 30 miles an hour?
I have no idea.
Because you know that if you go 35 or 36 miles an hour, you're gonna get stopped.
So can we have that enforcement on ballot?
And that's what I think we need here. I say shape attitude by exercising enforcement. I told the mayor,
Do we have,
educate the people that this is gonna happen. You comply with the 25-mile-an-hour speed limit and start giving summonses. If you're gonna get summonses, and it's probably the same people. I leave the house at 5 in the morning. When I was going down Decker Drive, I do 25 on Decker Drive at 5 in the morning. A silver Honda, whose plate I have written down in my car, passed me on Decker Drive at Ballard Pond. He went through that stop sign.
yeah,
He was flying,
Yeah.
5 in the morning.
yeah,
When I got to Chester, I go straight to Brookside, I'll go out to Warwick. He was making a right turn on Brookside Ave. So he was right in front of me, he really didn't get it. But I say exercise enforcement.
I completely understand that.
They already
That's 24 hours a
have,
day.
they have regulations in the manual. They say a yield of stop sign should not be used for speed control. And they recommend that an engineering study, which Mr. Hughes was talking about, an engineering study should be done before the placement of stop signs is carried out.
Did they do that on Avon where there's
Ex-
6 stop signs?
I have no idea, I wasn't here. I don't know why they were there.
The stop sign's already up.
I understand, it's not already up, but it's not,
Do you have the
Mrs.
manpower?
Mrs. Copley, you said that they ran right through that stop sign.
Well, maybe because it's new and they're familiar with the area and
There
they
was
don't
no
pay
line,
attention,
was
because
it-
that's their street that they
If
don't.
we could just do
drive on.
one at a time, okay, so everyone can hear the concerns.
Opportunity to comment, it's not a debate.
Well, I was just gonna say, you say, start issuing summonses. Do you have the manpower to watch that street for all those hours, to catch these speeders? I think that's probably kind of excessive if you don't really have the manpower and the money to pay all.
The police have been, we're doing speed control at on that street. I think certainly we can up it. We have a request for a stop sign somewhere on Decker Drive. We have a request for a stop sign at Constitution and Capitol. So do you have a stop sign on every corner that they're not gonna stop for? That it actually, some of the studies have shown that additional stop signs make them go through them more because they don't wanna stop for the stop signs, they'll slow down. I believe you could put a police officer in uniform on a lawn chair on Decker Drive with a radar gun,
And then still,
and you would write summonses. I really believe that.
well, what's the difference between writing summonses with someone that
Because
goes through a
it's,
stop
because
sign? Or a
it's
cop sitting
changing,
there waiting for
it's
speeding.
changing their attitude by exercising enforcement. If they know, the same reason you do 30 through Chester, if they know that they speed down Ballard Pond or Decker or anywhere where there's a 25-mile-an-hour speed limit, it becomes known, don't
I
speed.
understand what you're saying, but can't you accomplish the same thing with a stop sign that you can with
It's not,
an officer being there 24 hours a day or however long they have to be there?
Our only purpose is to have people slow down on that road, so whatever you guys think will constantly make them slow down, perfect.
Tom?
Yeah, well, I think your comment is pretty dead on, but I think rather than having a police officer there, that stop sign takes the presence of a stop sign. Or the stop sign takes the presence of a police officer standing on the corner. Because I think a lot of people will think about driving down the road at 50 miles an hour, not getting stopped, no big deal. going down the road, I see a stop sign, inherently, you're gonna sit there and say, yeah, I should stop, if it's there. I think one of the really good examples lately has been, you guys have been up on Cardinal Drive, where that stop sign was specifically put up there because people were doing 60 miles an hour. And we've had several crashes into trees and cars rolling over on properties, which is insane. But since that stop sign was put up there, that had not happened, and it's probably been up there more than 10 years. And people do get lazy at times, and I think it's a great idea. The cops sit at the corner, and as you said, either radar gun or they do a roll and stop, they get a ticket. Call it a day. Start with the warning on Ballard, and to me, that's the enforcement, because without stop signs, people don't pay attention. We already know that. Even with stop signs, they'll run them. But I think it takes the place of a police officer where you can't put one on every corner. We are just too urbanized and too widespread of a village to try to cover it, even for 2 square miles.
Yeah, I think I mentioned before, my understanding is the Federal Highway Administration will do a traffic study for you, free of charge, that's my understanding. I read that last year. Whether they're still doing it, I don't know, but you ought to find out, because why not take advantage of professionals being able to determine what the best way of traffic control is? Because that's exactly what we're looking at, traffic control. Not speed control, traffic control.
Eric, can I just ask you a question? The fact that they're already there, installed and paid for, what's the reason now for saying, okay, we're gonna take them down? Is it against the law? Were they put up illegally? What's the
Technically,
problem?
yes, that manual of,
I can answer that. I put them up. I asked the DPW to put them up after the conversation they stated earlier between Mrs. Kaufman with the police chief, without going through the proper channels. Okay, that's what we hear from them.
So you passed that point. So now you're trying to decide.
No, that's what we hear now. So those stop signs were put up, I believe, for less than a day. They were seen and then they were wrapped with.
So you're saying all this discussion should have taken place
Should have taken
before-
place, yes.
Before they went up?
Yes.
Okay.
and this is a statement from the manual on uniform traffic. Installing stop signs can do more harm than good. Too many stop signs may also actually discourage good driving habits. Studies have shown that if stop signs are overused or are located where they don't seem to be necessary, some drivers become careless about stopping them. It can be especially dangerous for pedestrians and bicyclists who may have a false sense of safety from the existence of a stop sign.
All
And
right.
this is
All
from,
right, how about somebody trying to cross the street? Anywhere on that street, they're speeding like crazy, coming
People
around that
walk
curve. You
dogs
can't even
there.
get across the street. At least with a stop sign, you stand in the corner, if a car is coming, it'll stop and let you cross the street. Now you just have to.
You can't even cross the street to walk your dog. Like that, you walk the dog on the left side. You
again,
can't even cross the
it's
street.
education and it's enforcement, because if I can go to the crosswalk, that's a marked crosswalk in front of Stewart's, and I can see somebody standing there and celebrate a birthday, waiting to cross the street. Cars in Washingtonville will not stop.
But I thought.
But
we were-
yet, excuse me, wait a minute, cars in Washingtonville will not stop. Yet, if you drive to Warwick, there's 4 marked crosswalks on Main Street. If somebody steps foot in the street to go into that crosswalk, traffic comes to a grinding halt. Why? Because they're educated to stop. Trust me.
So how do we
Stand
educate
down
people to stop?
Educate them through enforcement. That's, when they start
Okay,
getting,
but you just said there's the crosswalk there, and you stood there watching all these people, watching cars go by, nobody stopped to let them
when
go.
I'm driving,
So where was the enforcement there?
you want it 24 hours a day, 7 days a
Well,
week.
that's my point, that's what a stop sign would do. You wouldn't
That
need a
road
cop there
is
24 hours a
What about a
day.
stop sign, a crosswalk would yield to pedestrians
They have a
and
sign that yields to
enforcement?
pedestrians. If they say
And
that
there's a
in the
sign
law.
there too?
Not everyone drives like you though, that's the point, that it's not gonna work.
Contrary to what Mr. Lang is saying, Tom Beanland again, I numerous times, and the chief knows this, I've gone to him, just at Arrow Point and Ahern, and Ballard and Ahern, that stop sign means nothing. They come down that hill and there is rolling stops. I've been walking the dog and gotten halfway across the crosswalk and cars have gone behind me and cars have made a U-turn and come around me. So the stop sign really is something that is selective enforcement, but a stop sign on those two corners means nothing.
So if those stop signs don't mean anything, what do you think that stop sign at
And there's
Jock
a
would?
crosswalk there too.
And what do you think that stop sign at Jock's would mean then?
Well, I'm not familiar with that area, but all I'm saying is I'm talking about the
understand.
blue crosswalk, the cars do not stop.
All right, we're talking specifically about one intersection of where stop signs were placed. Appreciate that.
But it seems that you're relying on enforcement to get the job done. And obviously, all these things are happening and there's no enforcement in sight. So I don't understand how a stop sign could be a bad thing.
I think we have to look at the stop sign as being not a replacement, okay? A tool for the police force, okay? That if the stop sign is uncovered, everything is put there correctly, and maybe we do put something else there, we have to start controlling traffic, the speed of traffic. And the stop sign, in my opinion, I know I stop at stop signs, okay? I roll through yield signs. You're not supposed to know that. But I do look both ways, right? It's just aiding the police department, okay? Not to say that they're not going, it's not taking the place of the police department, okay? They will be there as they have been. Perhaps that speed sign could eventually find its way back there again. But, what's that? Yeah. You know, so these are the things that, you know, and again, this conversation should have taken place before tonight. But, like I said, I spoke to residents, with the chief present, and this was, the decision could have been an emotional decision, but it was a decision nonetheless. So, obviously, I'm in favor of the stop signs, but.
So we can't vote on the stop signs being uncovered, that's not, so that they can be used?
Yeah.
Right now, they're covered with bags.
They're covered with bags because this meeting never took place.
You need the local law first.
Can't uncover we can't uncover the stop signs until such time as the board, if they decide to amend the code, and then the local law gets filed up in Albany, then they can be uncovered.
So that could be months,
No,
how long? A week,
by Thursday probably.
this week?
If the law is passed, it's just a matter of filing in Albany. The law is drafted, it just would get passed and filed with the Secretary of State.
Okay. All right, anybody?
But this one in particular seems to be problematic.
Any other concerns, questions?
Motion to close the public
Motion to close the public hearing. Second.
All in favor?
All right.
What'd you guys just vote on?
No,
We didn't vote on it. We're
Close
just
the
supposed to close the
public
public.
hearing.
We couldn't hear you, sir.
Thank you.
Any discussion?
I think we had a discussion.
Okay. So let's, bring it to a vote.
Make a motion.
Make a motion to, place stop signs on Ballard Pond Road at Jocks Drive,
Making a motion to adopt the local law,
making it adoptions
the
to
subject to the public hearing.
a local law amending chapter 162, article 6 of the village code of the village of Washingtonville, New York, designating intersections of Ballard Pond Road and Jocks Drive at a stop intersection in the village of Washington. making, changing anything like that. Somebody want to make that motion?
I'll make a motion.
When you made the motion, someone needs a second.
I'll second it.
All those in favor? Let's do roll call. Rich Ford, trustee Ford?
I will answer, I'll also give a short little explanation. My kitchen window, I'm on Lincoln Drive, my kitchen window oversees Washington Boulevard. It's not that long of a road, it's actually shorter than Ballard Pond. It has 2 stop signs there, and I can tell you that vehicles also fly by that street, just like pretty much every other street in Washingtonville. In my opinion, it would be enforcement, number one. The 2 stop signs that are there are useless. I vote no.
Trustee Mack?
I also live in the village. I live on a heavily traffic road that has stop signs on it, and people do not stop for the stop